Hello folks, welcome to Coding Sutra. This is our module 2 video of our ServiceNow developer program. So let's get started with module number 2, Introduction to Client-Side Scripting in ServiceNow. As we have already seen in our previous video, scripting can be categorized into client-side scripting and server-side scripting. Client-side. This side is basically the form view or UI or front end which is visible to the user. Server side. This is the back end of the application where business logic of the application is written. This module is all about client side scripting. Client side scripting. Client side scripts execute within a user's browser and are used to manage form and form fields. We can perform several operations such as generating alerts, confirmation messages, highlighting a form field, validating data like date of birth, email, phone, etc., modify choice list options, hide show fields or sections. So, the snippet which is visible on the screen is of incident form view, which consists of an alert message, info message, and short description field is also decorated. So we can perform such type of operations as per the user requirement with the help of client scripts. Now look at the definition which is present on the official documentation. Client scripts run on the client web browser. You can use client scripts to define custom behaviors that run when event occurs, such as when a form is loaded or submitted or a cell changes value. So, to understand this definition, let's break it down into two parts. First part is runs on the client side, that is web browser. This is nothing but JavaScript written on client side. Manipulation with the help of JavaScript on client side by performing several operations. And the other part of definition is event. Events such as onload, on submit, on change, on cell, edit. Basically, these are the types of client scripts. Onload when the form is loaded, on submit when the form is submitted, on change when the field on the form changes value, on cell edit when the cell present in the list view changes value. So now let's look at these types practically. Let me open my personal developer instance. Yeah, so type 1 onload. Onload client script executes script logic when the forms are loaded. Practical demo. Create an alert box with some message when incident form is loaded. So let me open my personal developer instance to understand this better. Yeah, so this is my personal developer instance. If you don't know how you have to grab this, so just watch our previous video in which we have taught us how you can take your own personal developer instance for free. So you just have to write client script here, and under the system definition there is an option called client script. Click on that. So it pops up a table called sys underscore script underscore client, which is the name of this out of the box table. It consists of all the client scripts. As of now, there is no custom client script as we have not create any. So let's create our first custom script. So let's get back to our problem statement. So our problem statement says that when the incident form is loaded, there should be an alert box. So let me open my incident form view. So this is the incident form. So problem statement says that there should be an alert box as and when the incident form is loaded. So let's create that. So there are various fields on the client script form view. Name. Name is nothing but the name of client script. Use a standard naming scheme to identify custom script. So as per our requirement, so let me give alert on incident form load. Next one is table. So you have to specify on which table you want to apply the client script. So currently we want alert on incident form. Basically we are looking for incident table, so I will choose here incident as table name. You can choose any as per your requirement. UI type, select when the script runs. UI type, select whether the script executes for desktop, tablet or mobile portal or all. So let's select all. We want this script to be executed everywhere irrespective of the device. So next one is type, select when the script runs. So basically there are four types: on cell edit, on change, on load, on submit. If I click on submit, then some script auto populates here. If I click on load, then function onload script auto populates here in the script section. If I select on change, then this script auto populates here. We will look each and every type one by one. Currently our problem statement is we have to show alert on our incident form load. So we will select on load. Now comes the active field. Control whether the script is alive or dead. If I click uncheck this, then this script is dead and this will not be executed. So we want to execute it. We want this script to be alive. So I will check the active. Inherited. If selected, the script applies to the specified table and all the tables that inherited from it. For example, a client script on the task table will also be applied to change, problem, incident, and all other tables which extend task. Global. If global is selected, the script applies to all views. If the global field is not selected, you must specify the view. Now, the question arises, what is view? If the global field is not selected, you must specify the view. We will be learning about these concepts a bit later in our upcoming videos. So now let's focus on our problem statement. Our problem statement says that whenever the incident form is loaded, an alert message should pop up. So I will call an alert function, and this alert function takes script string as an argument. So I will write here is your incident form is loaded successfully, and I will submit this. Boom. So we have created our first custom client script. Now let me just refresh this and let us check whether our script is created or not. So I will sort it by this by updated. So our script is here, alert on incident form load. Now what I have to do is that I have to load the incident form, whether this script is working or not. So you can see that as and when I loads the incident form, an alert pops up. Your incident form is loaded successfully. Boom guys, this is our first practical example. Now I will open list view of this incident table. So this is the list view of incident table. Basically it consists all the incidents. So if I open 112, then our incident form is loaded, and we can see that our alert message is successfully on the screen. Your incident form is loaded successfully. So if you look carefully, when this alert is coming as and when the form is loaded, so we can say that onload client script works as and when the form is loaded. Now let's get back to our PPT. Now let's look at the life cycle of onload client script. Firstly, the list view is opened. User selects a record from list view. In our case, it was incident. It can be any table as per the requirement. As and when the user selects any record from the list view, the form view of that particular record is opened after interaction with database. So form loads after interacting with database request and response. During this, onload script will executed. Now the script which you will write in the onload portion, that script will be executed, and after the script execution control is returned to the user. So this was the complete life cycle of onload client script. Now let's move to our next type, on submit. On submit, client script executes script logic when a form is submitted. Now let's look at our example. Create an alert box with some message when an incident form is submitted. So let's get back to our personal dev instance. Let me close all the extra tabs. I will write client script, and under system definition I will open it in new tab. So you can see that this is our previous client script and it is visible here. Now I have to create another client script. So let's understand the problem statement first. You have to create an alert as and when the user submits the form. So I will give the name alert on incident submission. Type table. Since we are applying this on incident table, I will choose incident in this field. I will choose all as my UI type. Now I have to show the alert message as and when the form is submitted. I will make this active. So now I will write alert. Alert takes string as an argument. So I will pass string your incident submit successfully. Basically it says that your incident is submitted successfully. Now let me submit this. So you can see that here alert on incident submission. Our client script is successfully created. Now let me open my incident list view to check whether our script is working or not. So I will create a new incident by clicking on new. So this was our previous onload client script. This message is coming from previous client script. So we can identify that our script is still working. So now I will choose caller as able tutor. Now I will write short description as client script demo class, and I will click on submit button. So as and when I have clicked on submit button, an alert box is coming. Your incident is submitted successfully. It is coming from our script that we have just created. Boom. That's all. So this was our task 2. Now let us understand life cycle of on submit. Firstly, user saves, submits or updates any record by interacting with database. As of now, record is not submitted, but record is fetched from the database. Now, on submit client script is executed. Now the changes are still not in database when our script is running. So script can prevent writing to a database and return control to user. For example, there is a requirement that age should be greater than 18 if user enters an age 17, and if you click on submit, and with the help of on submit client scripts we can prevent writing this age to database as per our requirement and return control to the user. If the onSubmit client scripts returns true and runs successfully, then the record is written to the database. Coming to our previous example, if I write age 20 which is greater than 19, 18, so it will be successfully written to the database. After the database, control will be returned to the user. So that's it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, so don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with your colleagues, friends, and subscribe to Coding Sutra. And please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and at every social handles. And don't forget to join our WhatsApp or Telegram group in which we post ServiceNow job updates. Thank you.